And now, iHeartRadio presents the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida.
If you want to crown them, then crown them. They are who we thought they were.
Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics that are important to the sports fans in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I'm Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, the sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right there is Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man, not just in sports talk radio and sports media. Maybe he'll make an announcement later in the show about what he's going to be doing. Big news for Kravs. Also, the prodigy of production, primetime Jaden Grimes, making us sound good on the other side of the glass, looking pretty over there, young, boyish. We are coming to you.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, where are we going with this? We are coming to you live in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. And we want to hear from you today. You can use that talkback line on the iHeartRadio app. You can use that Mills Air text line, 50857. And we have a bunch of prizes to give away today. We have some FSU tickets for their game this weekend. We have UCF tickets for their game this weekend. What else we have, Krafts?
We have Orlando City soccer tickets. They have a match coming up that's been rescheduled against Vancouver in early October. We're giving away tickets for that today. So we are loaded up, and I have made it my mission starting today and moving forward to be much more intentional with these prize giveaways. I've reached out to a few people that have conflicting schedules at the end of each hour. So at the end of the 3 o'clock hour, at the end of the 4 o'clock hour, if you're into winning prizes, you're going to want to make sure that you turn your radio, your streaming device, YouTube, onto us, because we'll have those prizes to give away.
Absolutely, we will. Use the text line. Make us laugh. Use the talkback line. Make us laugh. Make us think. Make us mad. That's the easiest way to win those tickets. I can tell you that right now. All right, let's get to some highlights and headlines. It's happening tonight, Kravitz. The moment we've been waiting for. The NFL season kicks off. The defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles face their bitter division rival, the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, it's a marquee game. It's the first game. But how much luster has it lost without Micah Parsons out there for the Cowboys, chasing around Jalen Hurts, pursuing Saquon Barkley? Kravitz, I think this game has lost a lot of luster without Micah.
Okay. Well, then why don't you just turn on your favorite rerun?
I'm not saying I'm not going to watch
all right?
it, all right?
Well,
I'm not saying that.
Watch the nightly news. I don't give a damn that Micah Parsons isn't in this game. Jalen Hurts could announce that he's missing tonight's game. I'd still be locked in.
You watch preseason football, so you don't count.
I am so excited to watch an NFL game that matters. It's been since February, and that game sucked. So give me some real competitive football tonight. I hope the Cowboys give them a run. Not too much of a run, because I took the Eagles minus 6.5 about a month ago. Been waiting for that one to cash.
By the way, how much more exciting would this game have been if Adam Schefter reported today that the Eagles inquired about trading for Micah Parsons? What if he'd ended up on the Eagles?
I mean, what a flex by Howie Roseman. You know the set you have to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Jerry, hey, your division rival, Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, we'll take Micah Parsons."
What? Okay. All right. Devil's advocate. What if the Eagles had said, we'll give you 4 first-round draft picks instead of 2, which is what they got? What would you do then if you're Jerry Jones? I'd say you take the 4 and say to hell with it, right?
Screw you, Howie, and I'd hang up the phone.
You would?
Yeah. I'm not gift wrapping them another championship. You can't do that. It was already tough enough for them to trade him within the conference But to trade him to a division rival that just won the Super Bowl, you can't do it. So good for Jerry. At least he made one right decision.
All right, Mr. Big Time Betting Expert, what do you think about ESPN Bet and some other betting websites saying that the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens are the betting favorites to win the Super Bowl ahead of the defending champion Eagles? You have an issue with that?
I don't have an issue with it. It's really hard to repeat unless you are dynastic, like we've seen with the Patriots in the past, like we've seen with the Chiefs in the much more recent past. Philadelphia, they're great, but it's really hard to make that run 2 years in a row. They're in a division that crowns a new winner every year for the last decade plus. I think it's been like 20 years for a different division winner in the NFC East. I have no problem with the Super Bowl favorites being the Ravens and the Bills.
In college football, UCF quarterback Cam Fancher, who kicked off the season as the starter against Jacksonville State but had to exit with an injury, he will not play this week against North Carolina A&T. Here's Scott Frost on Sirius XM Radio this morning. Here's what Scott Frost said, and I quote, Cam's going to be out this week. He just kind of landed on his back funny and has some back issues that I think are going to go away fairly soon, but we're going to go with Taven Jackson and Ja'Cory Brown. Kravitz, you mentioned Wally Pipp yesterday. Is Cam Fancher Wally Pipp? I don't think he is. You want to know why?
I do.
You want to know why I don't think he is?
I was just going to say yes, but go ahead.
Because you called him the Magic Man. You said you can see why Scott Frost likes this guy. You think Scott Frost is going to cast away the Magic Man, the guy he loved just a week and a half ago, according to you?
Well, let's look at how this plays itself out.
Okay.
Taven Jackson brought more life to the offense than Cam Fancher did. Fancher wasn't bad, but Taven Jackson was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The offense still wasn't great. They get to go up against North Carolina A&T this weekend. Taven Jackson's going to look amazing this weekend. So then going into a game against UNC, Frost is going to be so bold and so stubborn in his original opinion that he's then going to turn back to Cam Fancher when he's had two good games and one spectacular game from Taven Jackson? Absolutely not.
All I'm saying is if it's not. Yeah, okay. He starts against North Carolina, but what happens if he struggles against North Carolina? Then it's hello, Cam, once again.
Sure, but but the fact remains that this is now Taven Jackson's job to lose, and if he continues to play well, I'm sorry, Mr. Pip, you will be the backup quarterback for the rest of the season. I don't know if you watch TCU UNC. That Tar Heels defense isn't exactly the Patriots from early 2000.
No, it's not. But that UCF offense is not exactly TCU's either, at least not yet. Dwight Howard, the man I consider to be the greatest Magic player of all time, getting inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame this weekend. I don't think a big enough deal is being made about this. We have a poll up. You can go vote on that poll and all of our polls on Pollapalooza at 96.9 Game on the Twitter/X machine. But like I said, Kravitz, I don't think Magic fans are excited enough about this. In fact, I told you about this yesterday. You didn't even know he was being inducted this weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this week.
And you're Mr. Magic.
First of all, why are they inducting people into the Basketball Hall of Fame the opening weekend of the NFL season? Okay,
question.
It's a great way to get buried. I love the NBA. This is a Basketball Hall of Fame, but my attention is elsewhere, and I have very little room inside of my brain for different events.
That's right.
And we also have the U.S. Open final. There's all sorts of things.
That is a good question. Why are they doing this on?
It makes no sense. You could do it any other weekend. They could have done it a weekend ago. And you would have had this. It would have been you in college football. You would have Sunday all to yourself. If you want to do it that day. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, bad move on their part. I didn't think.
In defense of them, they're not in the hits and clicks and ratings business. This is the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. I don't know how much they care whether or not people are paying attention to their induction outside of the people they're inducting. Maybe they don't care. I don't know. But yeah, it's great. I think Magic fans should golf clap. Or I mean, Dwight Howard's in the Magic Hall of Fame. You should feel pride in that he's getting inducted.
Absolutely, I think so. I think
there's a ceiling to the pride that you feel, but there should be pride.
Absolutely. By the way, another Magic personality being inducted as well. Billy Donovan is being inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
It's just, I was actually going to spend the next segment just kind of running down my favorite memories of Billy Donovan with the Magic.
Well, the opening press conference is my favorite memory. And then when he was back in Gainesville for his opening press conference to be back in Gainesville.
Well, geez.
Yeah.
Steal my thunder. Why don't you? That was my whole list.
All right, those are your highlights and headlines.
Coming up next, we have a special guest that will be joining the show. We have an announcement that is going to be made live on the air. Brandon Bass, you remember him? He played for the Orlando Magic years ago. His kid plays at Windermere Prep, one of the top 100 recruits in college basketball coming into the college basketball world. Where's he going to play? He's going to announce it live on this show. Next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Hey, it's the Bulldog. 50 years ago this year, Don Mealy moved his family from Maryland to Central Florida and started selling trucks. Today, his son Jay runs Don Mealy Chevrolet. It's unbelievable. He still treats customers like family. Jay even gives you his personal email address. And right now at Don Mealy Chevrolet on their 50-year anniversary, you can save up to $11,000 on a brand new 2025 Chevy Silverado. They've got over 50 in stock. They have all the models too, the 1500s, the 2500s. I love the 3500 HDs. I'm going to get me one of those one of these days. The Silverado is built to last, and so is the Mealy family. Don Mealy Chevrolet has been Central Florida's trusted truck dealer for half a century. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Let's talk about my go-to AC service. Of course, I'm talking about Mills Air. You know, whether it's routine maintenance, fast repairs, or a downright emergency that you're dealing with, yes, Mills Air will come out at night and on the weekends. They make sure that your home is comfortable and that your energy bill is affordable all season long. And they've been doing that for Orlando homeowners and business owners since 1992. Don't wait until the fourth quarter. Call Leon and the crew to schedule your appointment and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number to call, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
There's emergency road repairs slowing down traffic on I-4 eastbound before I-95. 3 lanes are closed. Keep left to stay on the interstate. Keep right to head on to Beeville Road. On I-4, you're going to run into some familiar delays starting to pile up through the amusement park area. There's congestion getting through the city this afternoon. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
Lenovo and the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Tech that hits different. Can your gear keep up with the beat? Lenovo PCs are built for creators, dreamers, and fans who don't hit pause. Visit Lenovo.com for the latest in AI PCs and game-changing tech.
If you want no windows there in Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Football season has arrived, and BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your football betting action. BetOnline has all the latest odds, news, and scores from every pro to college game to baseball, cage fighting, and hockey futures. BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. Head to the website and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program, level up bonuses, and weekly cash boost. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hello, Florida State University Seminoles. Want to show your school spirit? FSU specialty license plates are a great way to do just that. Stop by your local tax collector's office and get yours today. To learn more, visit mytag.fsu.edu. Go Noles!
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in-store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences, like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercog furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-filled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
Let's talk about Pizza Bruno. This place is top nuts. I mean nuts. Sorry, I can't get the garlic nuts out of my head. You want meatballs? You want salads? You want fresh ingredients in every single mouth-watering bite? Pizza Bruno is your spot. Try my personal favorite, the spicy Stetson, crunchy pepperoni, big dollops of ricotta cheese, and hot honey. It is so good. 3 locations in Central Florida, Edgewater, Maitland, and on Curry Ford Road. Visit pizzabrunofl.com and work up an appetite.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Football is back.
The season lives on iHeartRadio.
Whether it's fantasy advice
Or venting with your favorite host over that blown call.
iHeartRadio brings you all of it.
From the official NFL Podcast Network.
Welcome to NFL Daily.
To local stations that bring you the games live. This is 24/7 coverage of everything you love about football.
And it all starts now.
Just open the iHeartRadio app
and search NFL
to dive in.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank. Monday Night Football kicks off with bitter NFC North rivals as the Bears host the Vikings. Our coverage begins at 8 p.m. Catch every minute all season long right here on your home for the NFL. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app. This is the Beat of Sports.
SEC schools are learning. Money's money. You can get it more than one place. Now, does that mean Alabama's done? I wouldn't go that far. I just think landscape has changed. And again, I don't question anything A.J. McCarron said about playing for Nick Saban and putting on the Bama uniform and what it meant to that state to win. But the reality is the game's changed because money's changed. A quarterback can have a season and be offered 3 times as much money to go someplace else. And it's easy for us to sit in the sideline and go, yeah, but your heart should matter. Easier said than done. Back to John Wooden, greatest college basketball coach ever, who got the best players because they paid for them. He didn't need to know. Just get them, and I'll win. And they did, as old as time. Except now, everybody can pay.
Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Big night ahead. We're going to head to Hourglass Brewing tonight. Be there around 8 o'clock. Right before kickoff of Eagles versus Cowboys. Come and hang out. That's Hourglass Brewing in Longwood. We'll see you out there tonight for Eagles Cowboys. We have a special guest on the hotline right now, hot off of his reveal of where he will be playing college basketball. He is a top 100 recruit in this year's class. The options came down to LSU, Purdue, FSU, Cincinnati, and UCF. Brandon Bass Jr. joins us right now on the hotline. Brandon, welcome to the show. Are you ready to reveal your choice?
Yes, I am.
Brandon, are you going to do one of those hat things where you put the hat on and then switch it up?
Yeah, I might.
I'm on the edge of my seat here, Brandon. What do we got? Where are we going?
All right. So after a long talk with my parents and everybody, I would like to say that I'm committed to Florida State.
The Florida State Seminoles.
Yes,
Wow.
Hey, Brandon, we're on radio up in Tallahassee. We are a simulcast up there. What do you have to say to those Seminole fans? You coming up there?
I would like to say that Florida State is bringing in a winner. They're gonna bring somebody that can change the team, change the culture for the better, and we're coming for it all.
What eventually led you to this decision? Where oh my, there they are, the Florida State Seminoles.
Oh, there it is. The
war
chant.
chant is here. Are you ready to hear this every time you run out onto the floor? First and foremost.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
What was it about Florida State that felt like that was the right decision? Because you had some heavy hitters on that list, Brandon.
Yeah, I would say it's close to home, and it really just felt like home when I went on the visit. It's a great school with great coaches with NBA experience, and ultimately that's where I want to go. I want to go to the NBA. So I feel like just Coach Laux could develop me into the NBA player that I want to be.
Your dad went to LSU. You said you conferred with your parents. Did he? LSU was on your list. How seriously did you consider your dad's alma mater?
Well, LSU, they've been recruiting me hard, but I feel like FSU was just the best decision for me.
Also, I'm curious, maybe not for you because you're so highly recruited, but maybe for some other good high school players. Is it harder now to get big-time offers because so many schools are just sort of filling their rosters through the transfer portal? Have you had any teammates or people you know who can't get big-time offers because schools aren't recruiting as many high school players?
I would say for sure. Now is the time where NIL and a lot of people transferring a lot, so it makes it hard for us like incoming freshmen to get recruited. So I would just say for people that is not getting recruited right now, just to keep their head down and keep working, and it's up to God for real.
Talking to Brandon Bass Jr., one of the top 100 recruits in college basketball, are coming into college basketball in the 2026 class. How tough is it to make a decision like that? You have all these great options sitting in front of you. You have personal ties to one program. You've got proximity to others. How much time do you take to make a decision like this that's going to set you up for pretty much the rest of your life?
Yeah, man. It took a long time. I had many days. I stayed up thinking about it. My family, we had many conversations, but ultimately we came up to the decision that FSU is the best place for me to go.
What about UCF? How serious did you consider them? Everybody loves Coach Dawkins. How serious were you about them?
I mean, I consider everybody. I consider all the schools recruiting me. I wouldn't say that I was some people recruited me way harder than somebody else. It's just about what's the best fit for me. They were all recruiting me, and all the coaches were great recruiting me. But it's just the best choice. I felt it was my best choice for development at FSU.
Brandon, I'm looking at some of your stats. 51% on your open spot up threes, 42% from 3-point range, 82% from the free throw line. The Magic could use some shooting like you. Have you?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Are you a big Magic fan? And maybe your dad did play for the Magic. Is that maybe a dream someday?
Yeah, it's definitely a dream. I'm a Orlando Magic fan for sure, but to be on any NBA team is a blessing.
I was able to do a couple of games last year with your dad. He was on our radio broadcast a few times, and he was always geeked up whenever your name came up. So just know you got a good one in your corner. He was great to work with as well. How supportive has he been for you throughout your journey?
He's been super supportive, man. Yeah, he's my right-hand man. He's been coaching me ever since I was born. I've been playing basketball since forever, man, and he's just been right with me, just helping me along the way.
Windermere Prep product, Brandon Bass Jr., son of former Orlando Magic forward Brandon Bass, top 100 in the class of 2026, is officially headed to Florida State University.
Yes, sir.
Play him out properly. Prodigy of production, Brandon Bass Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much, Brandon. Congratulations on the announcement. We appreciate you sharing that with us here on Game On.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, we had an announcement here.
I love that.
Huh? We're recruitniks now. Take that on 3.com and rivals.com.
If that doesn't up the ratings in Tallahassee, I don't know what will. You're welcome, Tally. In fact, we got another doozy for you. The voice of the Knolls, Jeff Colhane, joins the show live next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
You know, we are spoiled to have International Diamond Center right here in Central Florida. This is Florida's premier diamond destination. They are a direct importer. What does that mean? It means no middleman, just incredible prices on sparkling diamonds of every shape and size, handpicked from the world's elite diamond cutters, and IDC doesn't stop there. You'll find the biggest selection of bridal rings anywhere in the state. All the iconic designer names, plus thousands of exclusive, handcrafted, American-made settings. IDC even offers custom designs, so your ring is one of a kind. And for watch lovers, IDC is your source for pre-owned luxury Rolexes, meticulously curated models like the Submariner, the Sky Dweller, the Batman, and many, many others, all in pristine condition. IDC's family-owned, Florida-grown, never a corporate chain. This is the jeweler Orlando Trust. Get details now at shopidc.com.
Orlando's pro volleyball team is hotter than hot. Coming off of a championship season, the Orlando Valkyries aren't just ready to take on their league once again, but another league as well. A groundbreaking deal has allowed two leagues to merge into one, Major League Volleyball. The Valks are introducing their 4-match flex plan, the perfect plan if you can't make it to every game. Opening night is included. Any additional 3 games of your choice, it layers in flexibility and savings compared to single game tickets, and the plans start at just $51. If you purchase a season ticket or a 4-match flex plan before September 19th, you'll receive an exclusive invite to the team's kickoff party with Orlando Valkyries players, coaches, and it's a great chance to celebrate the season and connect with the team. And because I'm feeling nice, how about we give away some tickets right now? Text the word 4-pack, all lowercase and one word, to 833-854-5809 to enter for a chance to win a 4-match flex plan towards the upcoming season. Good luck and go Valkyries.
We all know Goodwill, but did you know when you donate stuff to Goodwill, you help provide job training for people right here in your community? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah & Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hey, I'm your mountain bike. Been a minute since we hit the trail. Why not roll me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that keeps us all moving. Donate today. On your left. To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and the drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday evening forecast. Seeing the last of those storms finally starting to fizzle out as we head into the early overnight hours, and Friday pretty much going to be a rinse and repeat. Partly cloudy skies to start off your Friday, and then once we head into the afternoon and evening, seeing those storms really start to spark up along the I-4 corridor, and those storms going to be pushing down towards the southeast, really going to be seeing most of the rain impact across Osceola and Brevard County. Luckily, though, on Sunday, we get a break from the widespread rain.
Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
One last snap by Tommy Castellanos. He talked the talk and he walked the walk. He goes over and hugs his head coach Mike Norvell, and the Bears are storming the field once again. There goes Bama.
Down goes Bama. I think Jeff Colhane wanted to storm the field. Let's welcome in the man who made that call, the radio voice of the Seminoles, Jeff Colhane. You can listen to him call the FSU games in Tallahassee at FM 96.5 The Spear, or as I did right here in Orlando at AM 810 Fox Sports Radio. How cathartic was that win on Saturday, Mr. Colhane?
Oh, Bulldog, man. Over the last, I don't know, since when, December of 23, you've been kind enough to have me on your shows with everything.
We've been lucky enough.
It was. Yes, it was. It was needed for a lot of people around here. And there's a lot of people wondering what to expect and wondering how it was going to go. And man, I tell you what, after the answer by Tommy Castellanos and the Florida State offense from a really impressive first drive by Alabama, you sense things were a little bit different. And then as the game moved along, you saw the fight in this Florida State football team come out on full display over a full 60 minutes. But to answer the question, something that was very well needed for this Florida State football program and the Seminole fan base all across the board.
I tried to tell Kravitz last week that the Gus bus was going to be rolling in Tallahassee. One thing Gus Malzahn knows how to do is run the football. And Florida State, Tommy Castellanos, they ran the football all over Alabama. Just talk about the difference that Gus has made, and Tony White, the new defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, it starts really with who they went out and identified with personnel. And it starts with this offensive line. And they did a great job. Gus Malzahn, Herb Hand as well, coming up from UCF, did a fantastic job in finding the right guys for this offensive line and the way Gus wanted to run this offense, right? And Gunnar Hansen from Vanderbilt, Richie Leonard, who is in his second year here but didn't play a whole lot a year ago. Luke Pettibone from Wake Forest is a dude. Adrian Medley from UCF is impressive. And Micah Pettis out of Ole Miss, a really good player. And that's really where it starts, quite honestly. And those guys, you see the videos of these guys pushing Bama around, and you're just like, wow, that was certainly shocking in a lot of ways. But now I think you feel like that's the standard after seeing what they did and how they did it, running for 236 yards before kneel downs and also rushing for 4 touchdowns against the Alabama front. And so it was pure Gus Malzahn on display. You saw the window dressing, the trade shifts motions, the different kind of unique looks with the fake check with me's and the quick snaps to the quarterbacks. It was the Gus bus for sure. And I was listening to you guys the other day, one of the callers on Feinbaum saying we got run over by the Gus bus again. Well, as he tweeted the Saturday night, it felt like old times for him, and it certainly looked that way.
We're talking to Jeff Colhane. He's the voice of the Florida State Seminoles. May I usher a request maybe for a future call? Bianchi, when he boldly claimed that FSU was going to win the game, not just cover the spread, but win the game, he said that the Gus bus, the wheels on the Gus bus were going to go round and round and round. I think we could work that in maybe to the call on Saturday.
Yeah. I like that, Kravitz. I think that's going to go in the back of the mind here. And now
All right.
Store that one away for a special time so you guys can play that maybe coming out on a Monday morning after another big Florida State win.
That'll be great.
There you go.
It should be an easy one. You never want to count your chickens, but this weekend should be fruitful for the offense. Tell me more about Jalen Lucas. What an exciting player. And then also credit to Gus Malzahn for putting him in the right positions to succeed. But this guy came from Indiana. I knew nothing about him, and I thought he was one of the more sensational bright spots among many bright spots for the Seminoles on Saturday.
Yeah, Brandon, it's a great point. And he was a guy we were really excited about a year ago, but he got hurt early on in the second game. And so he was here, and he played against Georgia Tech and early against Boston College, but then he was done for the year, and so you didn't really get a chance to see him a whole lot at all. And didn't really get a whole lot you didn't get to learn about him very much. But you're right. He comes from Indiana. He's 2022 at Indiana as a true freshman. He was a freshman All-American kick returner and 3 kickoff returns for touchdowns in 2 seasons at Indiana, tied for the school record. And he's not a big guy. He's kind of got a Darren Sproles feel to him when you watch him go out and play. but he's one of those, unique fits. And I think Gus looks at him and how he can utilize him in the jet sweep game, how he can utilize him on wheel routes down the sidelines for that 64-yard reception in the second half. That was a career long for Jalen. And our running backs coach, David Johnson, calls him a stick of dynamite. And, man, he did. He detonated all over that Alabama group. Had a mistake in special teams. They're trying to work him back in as a returner. But he's a guy that Florida State needs to get the ball in Jalen's hands. And, boy, when we did on Saturday, he was explosive.
There was attitude. There was punch from this Florida State team. It was a style of play that I have not seen from the Seminoles since 2 seasons ago. Do you think Mike Norvell knew what he had in the summer, or was he as pleasantly surprised as the rest of us? Because, I mean, you never really know until you go out there on Saturday and the games count for real. But do you think Mike Norvell knew the kind of attitude that his team would play with?
I think he had an idea. I don't know, if he completely knew, if he was absolutely 100% sure. I think we were all going to find out a lot together on Saturday with this game, with the opponent and with the matchup, right? And so I think knowing Mike, he was confident in what they had done with bringing the guys in and bringing the right fits in. And, he had said during the summertime, he felt like this group had gelled together a lot better than his 2024 group. He said in 24, they were really trying to force these guys to do things together. There was a bunch of team meetings and get-togethers in the spring and summer, and that kind of went to show me that back in that season he had an idea if things started to get bad, there might be some struggles. I know no one predicted what happened to happen, but I think he felt like this team, he had connected with them, the coaching staff had connected with them, their messaging was being heard with a lot of the changes. And as far as Mike Norvell goes, he hasn't changed a thing, guys. He is the epitome of consistency, and he's got energy. He's got juice. His messaging has not changed at all, outside of wanting to see a little bit more edge and competitive fire and challenging these guys to go out and win every single play against the man across from them. So, who knows? I think certainly a massive play in the game was 4th and 1, 4th and 2 with 11 minutes left. Florida State backed up at their own 30. And Bama closed the score to 24-17, and Mike Norvell elected to go for it. At that point in the game, he had to have had a ton of confidence in his guys, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have made that call, and they sure made him look like a genius in doing so.
Hey, last one, Jeff. You mentioned it in your final call. Tommy Castellanos is just backing up, his bravado in the preseason. I'm curious. I mean, we all knew he was an athlete, and he's fast and he's quick and all of that, but that guy's tough, isn't he? I mean, that guy takes hits and keeps on going.
Hey, he's a tough kid, and I'll tell you this, don't confuse him for cocky and being someone that isn't a good person either. He's confident, but he's not a cocky person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's respectful. He's great to be around. He's a great leader for this team. He respects others in a big time way, and he respects his coaching staff and respects the game. And I think the big one, Bulldog, is he respects the opportunity he's got here. He has embraced this role. He's got 1 year to be the quarterback at Florida State, and he's doing whatever he can to make the most of it. And I just thought, the big question for him that many on the outside had, was he going to play within his skill set and not try and do too much? And I really thought we saw that on Saturday. He threw it away. He got down. He slid. He didn't try and take too many chances. If he continues to do that and limits mistakes, this offense is going to have a great chance to be solid.
Jeff Colhane, ladies and gentlemen. You can wake up with Colhane and Company this Saturday morning on AM 810 Fox Sports Radio. Kickoff at high noon for the Florida State Seminoles. Looking forward to it, Jeff. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, Jeff.
Gentlemen, thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
Great at what he does. Great breakdown. Coming up next, it's your time.
I like a guy who calls me Bulldog.
Yeah, he butters us up a little bit. I like that about Jeff. He is kind to us. It's your time to shine. Text in 50857. You can also hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. I see those rolling in. We've got prizes to give away In fact, we'll send one of you to FSU East Texas A&M coming up in the next segment.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
2 minutes left in the game. The pressure's on, and the best teams always have their next 5 plays called. That's how you win, and it's how you should also approach your retirement strategy. Too many people go into the 2-minute drill of their career with no timeouts and no plan. I wasn't going to let that be me. That's why I sat down with the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth. They took my old 401k, which was just sitting there collecting dust, and turned it into a piece of a bigger, smarter plan designed to maintain and grow my portfolio. Jeff Jr., Trajan's founder, is a Marine veteran who built this company on principles like preparation, adaptability, and simplify, being always faithful to your finances. And just like a great quarterback reads the defense, Trajan Wealth reads the markets, constantly evaluating, adjusting, and making sure you're set no matter what happens with global unrest, tariffs, or political gridlock right here at home. Remember the 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Your 2-minute drill starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 407-213-0000, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Sports betting has never been easy, but betting exchanges can make it a whole lot more profitable, and nobody does it better than Better Edge. So transparent, so honest, and user-friendly as well. Better Edge gives you that little extra advantage that you need to be a profitable sports bettor over the long haul. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a long, long time in my life, but I didn't start making money until I started using Better Edge. So come and bet with me and some of the sharpest sharps around over at BetterEdge.com or on their mobile app. Better Edge also has different forms of competitions, including a Beat Brandon challenge that I put together every single week. It's tons of fun, and it puts the power back in your hands as a sports fan. Sign up for the first time. You'll get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon at sign up. That's BetterEdge.com. Promo code BeatBrandon at sign up over at BetterEdge.com. That's promo code BeatBrandon for $20 upon your first arrival. Your premier social betting marketplace.
There's a crash block in the right lane on I-4 eastbound just past New York Avenue, State Road 44. There's emergency road construction blocking 3 lanes on I-4 eastbound before I-95. If you want to go on Beeville Road, stay right. Hopping on I-95, stay left. A crash is getting cleared up on Kirkman Road southbound at Vineland Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
It's your boy Mario Lopez here with some inside scoop. Staples has school supplies as low as 25 cents. Your back to school budget, saved by the button, the easy button. What'd you think I was going to say? Love me some Staples. That was easy.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-fueled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an x-ray doesn't mean it isn't real. We know doctors that specialize in whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. They can help us prove your pain is real and fight for your future medical needs. Farrah and Farrah.
Orlando.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The Saints have named Spencer Rattler as their starting quarterback, and me, being the astute fantasy football chess master that I am, picked up Spencer Rattler off the waiver wire as a potential backup quarterback. Bet it or forget it, because the Saints will be chasing points all year. And because of Rattler's incredible athleticism and running ability, this was a genius move. He's going to run. He's going to pass. He's going to be behind.
Oh, all of a sudden, this guy's Paul Revere. What if I land? Two if I see. No, Spencer Rattler stinks. I'd rather pick up a rattlesnake with my bare hands than pick him up off the waiver wire.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Miami Dolphins legend O.J. McDuffie joins us. How problematic is it that Tyreek Hill was not named captain? Do you feel like the emphasis on how little people trust him inside of the locker room is going to become an issue, or do you back up this decision?
I back it 1,000%, man. I think that when being a captain of a football team or any part of, whatever you're doing in life is, what you do on and off the field. I think that a lot of things that Tyreek has done is not earning a captainship, and it wasn't just given to him. And you know what? The team has spoken. And the guys, go and vote. I think it's important that they honor those votes, and I think that they all felt the same way about it. I think Tyreek's going to still be a leader on that football team.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Number one on your car radio preset hand, the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Updating the banners right now on our brand new swanky YouTube channel. Just search 96.9 The Game. No spaces. 96.9 The Game on YouTube. And we'll pop right up. You see our beautiful mugs right now. Bianchi's even dancing. You can see that live.
How do I look on this new fancy camera?
Ugly.
Old and bald. Cameras can't change that, can they?
My less old bald head is going to be at Hourglass Brewing tonight in Longwood. Eagles Cowboys watch party with my fellow zone heads. Jaden Grimes is going to be out there.
I'll be there too.
Bianchi, have you committed?
If you were at the other Hourglass, it's much closer to my house.
That's a little bit of a trek for you.
Yeah, Longwood's about 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's about a 3-minute drive from my house. So definitely a home game for me. I actually rode my bike there the other day just to do an Instagram video. That's how close it is. I don't ride my bike very far, so it didn't take long. But looking forward to seeing a lot of you out there for tonight's game.
At least you're riding a bike, not on one of those wussy electric bikes.
Yeah, what a cop out that is.
Right.
Just move your legs.
See it on the
Move.
beach all the time. You go to the beach sometimes, and people are like, you ride a bike on the beach. You're with the wind, and you're having, it's easy. And then when you're against the wind, you're having to work a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Not with these electric bikes. No.
I love riding my bike.
Yeah.
It is it's like a mental thing for it. It just centers me as a human.
Yeah.
I like it. And it's a good workout.
Yeah.
Real quick update. We have FSU tickets to give away at the end of this segment, and the end of this segment is about 4 minutes away. So if you have something to do, just put it off for the next couple of minutes. We're going to send one of you to the Florida State game. I want to talk about the whiners in the building for the Red Zone channel. So there was all of this. Oh, ESPN's going to ruin the Red Zone channel. It's never going to be the same.
Pat Lynch of JRR is one of those guys. I tried to.
Yeah, because he hates ESPN. So he's looking, and so many people out there are like this. They are just looking for reasons to boycott ESPN, to tell everyone out there how stupid this company is. The ads that they have talked about, that Scott Hansen mentioned, are going to be part of the broadcast now. That's going to ruin Red Zone for everybody. 4 separate 15-second ads throughout the course of the day. 4. For 7 hours, you have 4 15-second ads that will air.
Plus, aren't they going to be like those on-screen ads?
I don't know. I don't know when they're going to be placed, but they're not going to take you out of action.
Right.
Keep in mind, during the 4 o'clock window especially, not so much 1. 1 is always a flurry.
Right.
But the 4 o'clock window, sometimes Scott Hansen is just filling time.
Right. There's 3 or 4 games.
And he's just yapping. He's going through the DraftKings box.
Right.
And, oh, look, you can bet on this over here. And he's just killing time. Let the man pee. Okay. Okay. He needs a break too.
So there's only 4.
That is what has been released. Andrew Marchand, who covers this stuff, said that it's 4 separate 15-second commercials.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I do a sports report with JRR every morning, and Lynch has been all Pat Lynch and Taco Bob have been all over this. And I said, let's just see what happens. All right. Let's just see.
I guarantee this is going to be the response. Well, that's just the start of it. Just wait till next year.
Right.
Also, I saw this news story out there. The Jets are expected to feature a run-heavy offense per Dan Graziano. Dan, that's the best we got? The Jets with Breece Hall and Justin Fields at quarterback are going to run? Are you kidding me? I also saw the news story from CNN that said that there's water in the ocean. What is that? Why even say that out loud?
Who reported that?
Dan Graziano.
Dan
ESPN.
Graziano has learned that the Jets are going to be a run-heavy offense.
Oh, wow. This is earth-shattering information. Right now, we have your chance to win Florida State tickets. They take on, I have to look it up every time, East Texas A&M, but a chance to get into Doak for free on us. Just text the word War Chant to 50857, War Chant to 50857 on the Mills Air text line. If you want to go to the FSU game this weekend, I will pick one of you within the next 2 minutes. More Game On is on the way. Bet It or Forget It is up next. We still have Jamie Eisenberg on the show in the 5 o'clock hour, as well as UCF long snapper Dalton Riggs is going to join us at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. NFL predictions to get to. But up next, Bianchi makes me put my money where my mouth is. One of my favorite things to do. But before we get to any of that, we're going to pause and let the talented folks at Fox Sports Radio get you all caught up in the latest and greatest in sports. Eagles, Cowboys tonight. We'll get the latest news here in a couple of seconds, and we are back in 60 ticks.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
Top of the 4 o'clock hour, the new daily segment, Bet It or Forget It, brought to you by the leader in peer-to-peer betting across the world, Better Edge. If you're looking to take sports betting seriously like I do, you have to have a second outlet out there to find the very best numbers consistently, compare lines and prices to other places. At Better Edge, you can face your friends, you can face me, and you can create company-wide pools as well. So if you don't like to bet games individually, you can create a pool and bet with a bunch of people that you know. Better Edge is your go-to for social betting, and you can use the promo code BeatBrandon, all one word, BeatBrandon. Use that at sign up. Get $20 upon your first arrival at betteredge.com or on the Better Edge app. Cannot wait for tonight. I just feel whole again when the NFL is about to be on the screen later in the day. And we're 4 hours away from kickoff now. All right, Prodigy, hit me with the music. Let's kick things over to the Bulldog.
It is time for the wildly popular, critically acclaimed game show, Bet It or Forget It. Speaking of the game tonight, let's start there. Defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles taking on their bitter rivals, the Dallas Cowboys. Bet it or forget it. Saquon Barkley will pick up where he left off last year and once again be RB1 in fantasy football.
Bet it. Way too many people writing this guy off because of the touches that he had last year. It is not a good track record when you look at guys that have touched the ball over 400 times, that rushed for 2,000 yards the year prior. If you look down the list, just specifically of the 2,000-yard rushers and what they do the following year, about 50% of the time, they either get hurt or they drop off completely. The problem is that list is muddied by players like Chris Johnson with the Tennessee Titans, with Jamal Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens. None of these guys are Saquon Barkley, and none of them are running behind the offensive line that Saquon Barkley is running behind. I think he's just in a completely different situation. His touches are not as gruesome or taxing as other players in other offenses in NFL history because he's running through gaping holes. So I don't think it's, and you still have to focus on Jalen Hurts. He is such a rushing threat. You can't focus all of your attention on Barkley and then boom, he hits you for 60 yards. An easy run that takes nothing off of his body. I think he's still the best running back in football, in the best. Really, he's the best running back in the best situation. I think Christian McCaffrey is still pound for pound the best running back, but Saquon should be RB1.
A bit of NFL news broke today. Wide receiver Amari Cooper has informed the Las Vegas Raiders that he intends to retire just days before the team will open the 2025 season. That ends what would have been a reunion with the franchise that drafted him back in 2015. Bet it or forget it. This is great news for us Jacoby Myers fantasy managers like myself. Jacoby is going to go off now. Bet it.
No. Well, forget it. Forget it to your original point. I got so excited about answering this question. I think the way you were going to finish that may have gone the other direction, but this is not news that impacts Jacoby Myers at all, because Amari Cooper was never going to impact Jacoby Myers. Jaden Grimes brought this up to me before the show. He goes, have you seen him lately? He's out of shape. I have not been watching highlights of Amari Cooper in practice, but I'm watching him now. He looks like me. You know, like I look like I'm in shape compared to 40-year-old men, not to NFL wide receivers. And he looks like me running around. He's got like a dad gut. That was not a guy that was going to beat Jacoby Myers for targets. Jacoby Myers he's trying to get a new contract. So he's got a lot to prove out there and is still the number one wide receiver if you don't count Brock Bowers as a wide receiver with the Raiders. So don't worry about it, Mike. You can start him.
By the way, back to the Dallas game. Bet it or forget it. Dak Prescott with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb will be a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Forget it. Forget about it. That's a little too rich. I do think he's going to be firmly inside of the top 10. He will battle for top 5 if he stays healthy all year. That's the biggest question mark with Dak Prescott, and that's why in fantasy drafts he would fall. He was the best, cheapest option consistently in every draft that I did from back in July until they really started to matter about a week ago. Dak was an incredible option because of exactly that. You're talking about a team that just got even worse defensively. Okay, that's usually good for offense because that means you need to score in order to win games. They can't run the football because Javonte Williams is their number 1 back, and he's not that good. And they have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
Right.
And Dak Prescott has already put together a top 5 season at quarterback, so it's not like we haven't seen it yet. So all the makings are there for a fantasy superstar at quarterback, and yet this guy was going as quarterback between 8 and 12 in drafts. It never made sense to me. But putting him in the top 5 means you have him above Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts. And I'm not willing to do that, but I think he's going to flirt with it.
Details of University of Florida Athletic Director Scott Strickland's new 3-year extension were released on Wednesday. The school's longtime AD will now earn about $2.075 million a year. When his contract expires, he'll have the option to become a special assistant for 5 years to his successor should he choose to retire at that point. He'll earn about $100,000 in salary. He'll have an on-campus office after he retires. I don't know why schools feel that they need to pay guys who've retired, but that's what the offer is, all right? And he signed it. These colleges and the way they spend money, I don't agree with, but here's the bet it or forget it. Bet it or forget it. The Gators will regret signing Scott Strickland to an extension if the bottom falls out of the football program this year.
Bet it. Well, that's how you're judged as the football program.
He's tied to Billy Napier. So I'm not saying that the bottom will fall out, but if it does, Gator fans are going to be all over Scott Strickland again. So why would you sign him to a 3-year extension?
The problem is that if the bottom falls out for this Florida team, DJ Lagway looks like he's going to be so good. He would have to get hurt in order for the bottom to fall out. And then you just wouldn't blame the AD.
Have you seen their
that.
next 5 games?
But is that the bottom falling out if you lose those games?
If you were to lose 5 of them, yeah.
If you get embarrassed, I view that as the bottom falling out. Like what happened last year at the Open against the Miami Hurricanes. That feels like the bottom falling out.
So in 5 games,
if you lose all of them and you're uber competitive and Lagway looks great, I don't consider that the bottom falling out.
If they're 1-4, you think Gator fans aren't going to be all over Scott Strickland?
I mean, I can't say no to that. I can't say no to that, but they shouldn't be. That's not on the athletic director that they have the toughest 5-game stretch in all of college football. This is the toughest stretch that any team will face all season long over a month of football.
Why not just wait is what I'm saying. Why can't you just wait until after the season?
I don't know why these colleges do this. And how many aren't they running out of offices in Gainesville for guys that don't do anything?
Jeremy Foley still has an office.
Spurrier still have an
Spurrier
office?
has an office. Yeah, they all have offices. But at least Spurrier.
Do they go to the office or does it look
Spurrier
like our building where nobody's here?
No, Spurrier goes to the office periodically. I think Foley may go, but he's not in town much.
Okay.
Speaking of the Gators, Gator quarterback DJ Lagway, who you just mentioned, he has endorsement deals with T-Mobile, where he does a commercial with Patrick Holmes and Gronkowski. He also has endorsement deals with Beats by Dre headphones, Gatorade, Mercedes, Lamborghini, Nike, Chipotle, and others. Bet it or forget it. Gator fans should be concerned that DJ is more worried about NIL than he is W's and L's.
Wow. Yeah, I'll say bet it. especially with that schedule coming up. You got to be locked in and focused. I don't need you cutting Lamborghini commercials or you're getting ready for Texas. Okay. Yeah, that was something that I would not have reacted to that in that way had I not watched the LSU documentary that came out on, I think it was Netflix, that covered Jaden Daniels and his run at LSU. He was committed to not taking NIL deals because he didn't want to have to commit himself to anything that wasn't football. And it was something that his parents instilled into him.
Oh, wow.
That was his level of focus. He would not take deals. And he was the quarterback at LSU in Baton Rouge and was a Heisman Trophy winner. He was amazing. And he wouldn't take NIL deals because his eye was on the bigger prize, which is being great and making it to the NFL. And he was the number 2 overall pick. That feels like the right way to do it. Now, I'm not saying you can't cut deals, but you just ran down a list. He's got more endorsements than we do.
Right.
And that's our job to endorse people on the radio. That's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely worry. You know, if he's great, he's great. But I think there should be a level of concern there. Good stuff, Mike. Coming up next, we lay it all out on the line. Our NFL predictions inside the state and beyond. We put the official predictions out there for the NFL next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Wing House is a great place to gather over the course of the weekends, every Saturday and Sunday through the pro football season, through college football. You can score 30 bone-in wings for just $40 and domestic pitchers for only $11.99. That's Saturday and Sunday, whether it's college action or NFL. And the action doesn't stop there. More tailgate specials all football season long. So grab your crew, head to one of their 3 great Central Florida locations. We had our fantasy draft out at the Kirkman spot. The service is phenomenal. Wing House, good food, beautifully served.
Hey, are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its 2 stunning championship golf courses. I especially love El Campeon, the Champion. It was founded in 1917. It is one of the most tradition-steeped courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them Bianchi sent you, and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. You can also play pickleball, tennis, rent a boat at the marina, and explore the largest chain of lakes in Florida. Also, Mission Resort would like to invite everyone out to the Howey Artesian Market, your local destination for all things handmade and homemade, on September 27th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., rain or shine. Make hotel reservations, golf tee times, and get information on the Artesian Market at missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort, your next great escape is closer than you think.
You might run into some familiar delays on your ride this afternoon on the major roadways. There's also a couple things to look out for here. The traffic lights are working incorrectly where Broadway meets Neptune Road. There's ongoing construction blocking multiple lanes on I-4 eastbound before I-95. A crash is getting cleared up here on Kirkman Road near Vineland Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas. T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
Escape to poolside paradise at MGM Resorts in Las Vegas. Sip on a refreshing cocktail. Lounge in a luxury cabana. Earn on nonstop fun with MGM Rewards. Book a sizzling summer escape today. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercod furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-filled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
Football season is here, people. Yes, Sirski. This is Pac-Man Jones. If you're trying to win this season, you got to get with BetOnline. We're talking the latest odds, player props, all in one space. Easy sign-up, best bonuses, lightning-fast payouts, and always first to market. BetOnline, the game started here.
Looking for something new? Try fencing, the Olympic and Paralympic sport that mixes speed, strategy, and fun. It's like chess meets cardio. Quick feet, quick decisions, and a satisfying beat when you score a point. Kids, teens, and adults can start anytime. No experience needed, and many clubs have loaner gear. Coaches teach fundamentals and safety from day one. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey, this is Matt Jones. I'm Drew Franklin, and this is NFL Cover Zero. We're just here to try to give you an NFL perspective a little bit different. Did you see the Colts pretzel? That was my other big takeaway from that game. What was that? Oh, my. We think NFL coverage should be informative and entertaining. And twice a week, that is exactly what you're going to get. Open up your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Cover Zero with Matt Jones and Drew Franklin, and listen now.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
In 1941, Ted Williams faced the choice. He was hitting .3995 on the final day of the season. Good enough to be rounded up to 400 if he had sat out. His manager offered him the day off so that he could finish the season batting 400. He chose to play in those games. It was a doubleheader where he went 6 for 8 and finished the season at 406, and nobody has touched it since. He could have coasted, but instead he held true to his own standard.
And what did he get for that? He dies and the sun freezes his head.
Let that be a lesson to you. You can do everything right. Someone might just freeze your head.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome back to Game On. It is time for our NFL predictions brought to you by the Nickley Group. We all know football games are won and lost in the fourth quarter. Guess what? The same could be said for real estate. And right now, heading into the fourth quarter of the year, if you've been thinking about selling your home, now is the winning time to do it. More buyers are entering the market, and homes in Central Florida are selling for 6% more and twice as fast when listed with the Nickley Group. guaranteed offer on your home. Visit thenicklygroup.com. If you want to sell quickly, just call Nickley. All right, Kravitz, what do we got here?
Just sending a very important text message to our producer. So hang on. Okay, here we are. By the way, thanks to all that are watching on YouTube. We are up to we're in the thousands at this point in terms of we're up to like 70 subscribers. We just launched this about a week ago.
That's right.
96.9 The Game on YouTube. Mike, I believe that we have delayed the inevitable long enough. It is time to lay out our official NFL predictions. So what we're going to do is we're going to go records for the in-state squads. If you want to add in a cherry on top, if you think they're going to go deep in the playoffs or a Super Bowl bid for any of them, feel free to add a little spice to it. We're going to go records for the in-state teams, Dolphins, Jags, Bucks, our MVP of the season, our Final Four, the Super Bowl matchup, Super Bowl winner. That'll be the predictions that we lay out there. You ready to go?
I'm ready to roll.
Okay. I'm going to go. I'm actually feeling oddly optimistic. This never ends poorly. For my Miami Dolphins, I feel like there's been so much the bloom is off the rose with them, and everybody's just assuming this is going to be some terrible year because they weren't able to make a lot of moves in the offseason. They're cash strapped based on the way that they've handled the last few off seasons, spending bad money. But I feel like the culture change may actually help them. Mike McDaniel, I do think, is a good coach. He's taken this team to the playoffs twice. They do have a lot of talent. They have a lot more talent than they're given credit for because I think people are just over the Dolphins. But I still think this is a good football team. I have them at 11-6.
Funny, because I have them at 6-11. I think they're a team in disarray. I think Mike McDaniel's so desperate. You're talking about culture change. Stop it. He cannot go from club Mike to military Mike. It just can't happen. You can't just change the culture in one off season. No, the Dolphins are in disarray. They're going to go 6-11.
All right. We're on opposite ends of the spectrum there. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I think, are going to be a very feisty 7-10. I think this is going to be a fun team to watch. We might even get an improved Trevor Lawrence. Travis Hunter, I think, is going to be an NFL star on one side of the ball, maybe even both. I think Liam Cohen is a really good offensive play caller. They're going to be fun, but I still think they're a year away from being a team that can win this division. So I've got them at 7.
I think they are going to win this division. I think Liam Cohen is finally something is going to click with Trevor Lawrence. We saw Liam Cohen do it with Baker Mayfield and what he did there. Trevor Lawrence this is a pivotal year for him. I think he feels that. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement and exuberance around the Jaguars with Travis Hunter. And they're in a terrible division. I'm not sold on the Texans at all. I think the Jaguars are going to go 9-8 and win their division.
All right, we're not too far off. 2 games apart on the Jacksonville Jaguars, a 9-8 win for an AFC South team. I guess that is very possible. I have the exact same record you have for the Jags for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they've lived in this range since Tom Brady left the team. They have not been able to get past 10 wins. I think this team is much more likely to take a step back. They've lost 2 really good offensive coordinators in back-to-back years. Liam Cohen, Dave Canales, those 2, oddly enough, play each other in week 1 with the Jags and the Panthers. They've dealt with a lot of injuries. They're already banged up on the offensive line. Who knows what you're going to get from Chris Godwin this year? Felt like everything went right for them a year ago. Everything could still go okay, and they're going to end up 9-8 because they play in a very winnable division. So I have them at a respectable 9-8 where they don't make the playoffs.
I've just been watching Todd Bowles. I watch his press conferences sometimes. I think he knows something. I think he knows something about this team. I think Todd Bowles isn't, the most outspoken coach. There is an air about Todd Bowles when I'm watching his press conference.
Like a confident air?
A confident air. I think the Bucks are going to be really good this year. And they're going to be really good this year. I think they're going to go 11-6 and roll through that division.
Okay. So you have You have 2 of the 3 going above 500
and winning their division.
I have 2 of the 3 going above 500. I have none of them winning the division. I'll have the Dolphins as a wild card in the AFC. So still tepid confidence, I think, from both of us across the 3 state teams. As for our MVP,
I'm more than tepidly confident. Okay.
Would you have them going anywhere beyond just making the playoffs? Being the year of Jaden Daniels. Everybody assumes second year, sophomore slump. This is what happened to CJ Stroud. Jaden Daniels is built different. This guy is elusive. He's incredibly accurate, beautiful deep ball. They loaded up the offensive line. They gave him another weapon in Deebo Samuel. He's an uber professional. I think defensive coordinators, you assume like, oh, they're going to catch up with Jaden. He's too talented for that. I think Jaden Daniels is going to take the league by storm and be even better than he was a year ago. And if he is, he'll be the MVP.
A lot of the odds makers are picking the Bills to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, I think it's a bad division with the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets. Josh Allen, he should roll through that division. If the Bucs make the Super Bowl, he's going to be the MVP. I'm going Josh Allen.
You said the Bucs win the Super Bowl?
The Bills.
Bills win the Super Bowl.
Bills.
Okay, Final Four.
If the Bills win the Super
Bowl. If they win the Super Bowl, then they've already named the MVP at that point.
Right, but he's going to roll through that division.
All right, real quick, we're getting played out here. Final Four teams in the NFL. I have the Packers playing the Commanders in the NFC Championship and the Chiefs playing the Ravens. I tried to get off Kansas City, can't quit them. Chiefs, Ravens, Packers, Commanders. What about you?
I got Bills, Ravens, and I have the Packers and the Bucs.
Oh my goodness! And then please tell me you have the Packers beating the Bucs in the NFC Championship game.
Bucs not only will win the NFC,
Good Lord.
They'll go into the Super Bowl and win the damn Super Bowl this year. Mark my words, Bucs win the Super Bowl. I am an idiot.
I don't disagree with that.
We'll see about that.
Packers, Ravens win the Super Bowl. Coming up next, we'll get Scott Reynolds' thoughts. He's been covering the Bucs for the last 30 years. How good can this team be? We'll get to that next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Speaking of predictions, I've already made my predictions for tonight. Prize Picks is the way to go. By the way, Prize Picks is so fascinating. Here's what they do. They give you a super max pick tonight. Dak Prescott, 0.5. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 players. That's how it works. 2 to 6 players. You get a projection, all right? The passing projection for Dak Prescott tonight, 0.5 passing yards. That's essentially a gimme. So they're giving you that pick. I love Prize Picks. I mean, again, they give you max value picks like the Dak Prescott pick. I made my picks tonight. I obviously have Dak with more than 0.5 passing yards. I have Saquon with less than 95.5 running yards tonight. And Sunday, I'm still working on my lineup that will include the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, and Travis Hunter, obviously. Baker Mayfield, who I think is going to be in the Super Bowl, and then Tua and Tyreek. I'm fascinated to see what they do. And you know what else I love? Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means I can still double my money even if I miss a pick. Plus, if one of my players gets hurt in the first half, I'm protected with their injury reboot policy. Get in the game with me. Download the app today. Use code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Bulldog. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
You know, they say not all heroes wear capes. Well, that is certainly the case for my go-to real estate agent, Kevin Krager. When you're buying a home, who you work with matters a lot. That's why you need Kevin Krager with LPT Realty on your side. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, and cutting-edge real estate technology. But what is it that truly sets Kevin apart? Kevin's strong background in construction is second to none in the industry. He knows what to look for. You go on a walk with him through a prospective house of yours, you're going to get the most fundamental information about the foundation to the roof line. He is focused on protecting your investment every single step of the way. And then even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin is loyal to his clients. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades, all at cost for those that buy through him. If you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, Kevin Krager with LPT Realty is there for you today. Your future home will thank you.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Football season has arrived, and BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your football betting action. BetOnline has all the latest odds, news, and scores from every pro to college game to baseball, cage fighting, and hockey futures. BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. Head to the website and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program, level up bonuses, and weekly cash boost. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? Right now during the Renewal by Anderson's Big BOGO event, buy one, get one 40% off, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. At Renewal by Anderson, our Acclaim Impact Replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed to help you save money on your energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer expires September 30th. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free design consultation. License number CGC 1527613.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
Yep, I'm looking at the pages right now.
Thomas's translation company just lost its only 2 Spanish speakers. Without the right replacements, he'll be in problemas.
Yeah, we'll have those ready. And it's going to be a late one.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable. And one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 25 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shields Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000. Live in Mississippi.
Ryan Seacrest with you, and this is your savings tip for summer. Shop Staples for school supplies as low as 25 cents. Plus, more great deals for teachers and students on top brands and trending styles. Kind of makes me wish I was in school again. Staples, that was easy.
Week 1 of the NFL season rolls tonight. It'll be the reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles hosting the Dallas Cowboys. UCF football coach Scott Frost says quarterback Cam Fancher is likely out for Saturday against North Carolina A&T. He's got a bad back. And over to baseball, where the Rays continue their homestand tonight. It'll be a series opener against Cleveland. Tampa Bay's won 6 in a row after they swept Seattle.
I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
But kudos to the Bulldog because you picked this.
I didn't just pick it. I told you what was coming down I-10.
Free money, free stuff. This was from Friday's show. Let's hear it.
No, FSU was historically bad last year. I know Big Bad Bama and the SEC is coming to town. Gus Malzahn is coming to town, baby. He's bringing that high-powered offense with him. Free money, free stuff. FSU doesn't just cover the 13.5. The wheels of the Gus bus are going to go round and round and round and roll over the top.
I mean, I laughed at you, Mike. That was your Monet. That was an absolute work of art.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeart Radio app. Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeart Radio app. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Let's talk some Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. Scott Reynolds has been covering the Bucs for the last 30 years. You can find his great work over at pewterreport.com.
I just picked the Bucs to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike went a little wild there. Scott, are you that level of pumped up for the season?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me a bit, guys. This is a really talented Buccaneer team. They've got some depth. They had a great draft. I think they supplemented well in free agency. It's a more experienced roster now. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. I think the ceiling is the Super Bowl this year. It's the Super Bowl window is open. I think the floor for this team is 10 wins. I've got them going 11 wins, and we'll see how they do in the playoffs. It really depends on how healthy they are and how much momentum they have at the end of the season.
So sell me on a football reason why the Bucs can be, I mean, Super Bowl is a little pie in the sky. Only one team can win, and there's a lot of good teams in the NFL. But first, the Bucs need to get past that 10-win cap in the regular season, really cement themselves as one of the NFL elites, because that's the cap that's been on them since Brady has left. This has been a very good football team, very well-run franchise. But why this year can they push past that 10-win mark and really be one of those top seeds in the NFC?
It's really the quarterback play. If Baker Mayfield plays like the two-time Pro Bowler he is, and this team can get healthy later in the year and stay healthy, I think that this team can really make a serious run. Go back to the last two Super Bowls in Tampa. I know the only two Super Bowls, 2002 and 2020. What's the common denominator between both of those teams? Aside from talent, it's health. Look no further than the Detroit Lions last year. They won 14 games. They had home field advantage. They had no healthy bodies on defense at the end of the season. So many guys, so many starters on injured reserve. The Commanders took full advantage, came in there and knocked the hell out of them. In 2002, the only starter on injured reserve in Tampa Bay, Booger McFarland, the nose tackle. And if you ask Monty Kiffin to rank his starters in terms of of importance, nose tackle is probably around 9 or 10 out of the 11, right? And in 2020, only starter on injured reserve happened in the playoffs. Tapper broke his leg against Washington. Aaron Stinney filled in, and they didn't miss a beat. So the Bucs are very healthy when they've won the Super Bowl. If they can get Tristan Wirfs back, Jalen McMillan, Chris Godwin, stay healthy throughout the season, look out.
I think when Todd Bowles became the head coach, it seemed to me like, oh, okay, he's just going to be a stopgap. The Bucs are going to be rebuilding after Brady and all of that. Well, that never happened. All right. I think Todd Bowles has been one of the most underrated coaches in the league. And I told Brandon this earlier. He seems like he has an air of confidence now about this season. What are you seeing in Todd Bowles? And do you think he's underrated as a head coach?
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, he's won a different game every year. I should say another game every year, right? Going from 8 wins to 9 to 10. That's why I have been winning 11 this year. I think he is underrated because he's not just a defensive guru, but he is also a leader of men. This is a very rich, deep culture in this locker room. It is all for one and one for all. I've covered the Tony Benji era. I covered the John Gruden era. Even Bruce Arians, when he came to town, the locker room was not tight, even for those legendary coaches, as it is right now. And we'll see if this team, can stay together. I think they will. They've got great leaders. They draft high character guys. I think that this is a foundation that's going to continue to build for this franchise. Like I said, the Super Bowl window is open. This is not Super Bowl or bust this year. This is the beginning of a window of opportunity. If they can re-sign Baker Mayfield, which I'm sure they're going to get to the road, this is a team that's going to contend for some time and probably be the NFC South favorite for quite some time too.
What about the Bucks? They made I don't know if it was a surprise signing, but man, they paid their right tackle, didn't they?
Yeah, well, Luke Gedeke has become one of the best right tackles in the league. And it's one thing to have one really good tackle, but to have two, and one of them being elite, and Tristan Wirfs, they're hard to find. Good offensive tackles don't grow on trees. And so Jason Light has drafted two of them. Started off as a guard, Luke Gedeke did, but they had the common sense to move him back to right tackle, which is where he was at Central Michigan. And he's found a home there, and he and Tristan Wirfs are best friends. They're bookends for Baker Mayfield. More importantly, I think what Luke Gedeke brings is not just really good, solid play in terms of pass protection and run blocking, but an attitude. He is that enforcer along that offensive line. When Ryan Jensen was lost suddenly, not just for the season back in 2022, but for his career, he took a lot of energy when he left. And I think that Luke Gedeke has picked up the mantle and he's run with it. He's got the energy and the tough guy attitude to kind of spark this offensive line. So he brings the juice and the energy to that offensive line.
He does seem sort of he plays a little bit nasty. I like
nasty.
that.
Yeah, he is.
That offensive line is serious. Scott Reynolds from Pewter Report on with us. Speaking of offensive lines, both lines in this game between the Bucs and the Falcons are impacted heavily. Penix won't have his blindside protector. Neither will Baker Mayfield with Tristan Wirfs on the shelf for a couple of weeks. Which one do you think which offensive line is more impacted by the loss of their most important guy going into this matchup?
Well, I think it's the Falcons for sure, right? Because they're down to their third string right tackle in Elijah Wilkinson, right? They don't have Caleb McGarry. He's out for the year with a knee injury. Their backup, their swing tackle, their version of Charlie Heck is Storm Norton. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks with an ankle injury. So they're relying on Elijah Wilkinson, who's played more snaps at guard than he has at tackle. Oh, and by the way, he's going up against Hassan Reddick in his first game with the Buccaneers. That's not a good draw. To me, Wilkinson just kind of stepped into the starting lineup a week or two ago, where Charlie Heck has had the entire offseason to kind of get on the on-ramp, if you will. And he's had a lot more time to gel with Ben Bredesen, the left guard, and to know where Baker Mayfield likes to set up in that pocket, dating back to the OTAs and the minicamp. So I really feel like he's more prepared than Wilkinson is, and I think Heck's a better player. He's also going to be going up against Leonard Floyd, who is a good but kind of aging pass rusher from that side, and James Pierce. As long as he doesn't give up the inside move to James Pierce, who's a pretty athletic first-round pick, I think he's going to be okay. I like Tampa Bay's offensive line in this game a heck of a lot better than I do Atlanta's, especially with Baker Mayfield's scrambling ability, where Michael Penix is more of a pocket passer. Oh, and by the way, this is Penix's fourth NFL start. He's never played against Todd Bowles in this defense, nor has he taken any snaps in the preseason, which is kind of curious given his inexperience. I'm really surprised Raheem Morris held him out the entire preseason.
Yeah, agree with that. I think he did that last preseason too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, he played a little bit. I think he played in one game, but then held him out the last two.
Yeah, so
it's just it's just curious because why would you do this? This is a guy that can't have enough snaps to get ready.
Yeah.
And I don't know, advantage Todd Bowles in this one.
Scott Reynolds from the Pewter Report, and bring him on every single Thursday to preview Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. Thanks so much, Scott. We appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. Take care.
All right, Bianchi, take your pills. Coming up next, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on the iHeartRadio talkback. You can also text in on the Mills Air text line at 50857. Got UCF tickets giveaway. Your responses from throughout the course of the show.
He agreed with me. The Bucks could go to the Super Bowl.
I mean, he has to lock in on this team all year. He kind of has to say that, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
More Game On next.
You need to get on the bandwagon.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
Well, I looked up the prices. If you want to get on the bandwagon for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, how about a 25-1 payout on Hard Rock Bet? So go ahead, Mike, put your money where your mouth is. Football season has arrived, and Hard Rock Bet is your place to get in on all of the action. It's the only legal sports book in the state of Florida, and they make it so much fun for beginners, for longtime bettors alike. They've got rewards that you can unlock every single week. In fact, I got a guitar I'm waiting to open inside the app right now. Bonus bets, profit boosters, parlay insurance. They drop that every single Thursday afternoon. If you sign up now ahead of the first game of the NFL season, bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets. It's a great way to build your bankroll ahead of the season. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
At Ziegler Air Conditioning, they believe in a straightforward approach. Their technicians don't earn commissions on parts or services sold. Instead, they pay their technicians a superior wage for providing the highest quality service. Unlike so many other companies that send sales advisors with technicians to push new systems, Ziegler focuses solely on what you need. No pressure, no upselling, just honest, reliable service. And don't forget the importance of regular maintenance for your AC system. Proper maintenance ensures your warranty stays in effect and keeps your system running efficiently. I speak from experience when I say Ziegler's maintenance program is the best in the business. And by the way, happy anniversary to Pat Ziegler and his crew. They are celebrating their 40th anniversary of cooling Central Florida. Ziegler Air is a carrier authorized dealer, also factory authorized, which means they can get their customers even better rebates and benefits. Carrier, turn to the experts, turn to Ziegler Air. Don't ever lose your cool. Call Ziegler Air at 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765.
Construction cleared up on I-4 eastbound approaching I-95. Traffic's moving a little bit smoother now. On I-4, you're going to run into some slowdowns through the city and through that Champions Gate area. Traffic slowing down on Florida's Turnpike southbound just before that Hancock Road exit there. There's off-ramp backup from the Turnpike southbound to Osceola Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Primatene Mist.
During an asthma attack, every second feels like an eternity. Primatene Mist works fast. It's clinically shown to open airways quickly, providing quick relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in-store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited-time offers and experiences, like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-filled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
If you want to Windows, there
wait. Pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you.
Orlando. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-978-1515. That's 800-978-1515.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
With the iHeartRadio app, your favorite radio station fits right in your pocket. Live shows, news, sports, exclusive music channels, and voices that don't just go viral. They're the voices of your local community. Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
Sports betting has never been easy, but betting exchanges can make it a whole lot more profitable, and nobody does it better than Better Edge. So transparent, so honest, and user-friendly as well. Better Edge gives you that little extra advantage that you need to be a profitable sports bettor over the long haul. I've said it many times. I've been on sports for a long, long time in my life, but I didn't start making money until I started using Better Edge. So come and bet with me and some of the sharpest sharps around over at betteredge.com or on their mobile app. Better Edge also has different forms of competitions, including a Beat Brandon challenge that I put together every single week. It's tons of fun, and it puts the power back in your hands as a sports fan. Sign up for the first time. You'll get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon at sign up. That's betteredge.com. Promo code BeatBrandon at sign up over at betteredge.com. That's promo code BeatBrandon for $20 upon your first arrival. Your premier social betting marketplace.
When we guys hear the word hormones, we think that's a her problem. Mood swings, menopause, hot flashes, that's her lane, right? Wrong. The truth is, guys, your hormones crash too. You just don't talk about it. You feel tired all the time. You've got brain fog. You're not interested in sex, or maybe your body isn't cooperating. Sound familiar? That's why I'm talking to you about Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. They treat men and women. They treat couples who want to feel like themselves again. Dr. John Carrizella left his successful practice as a Yale-trained orthopedic surgeon to dedicate his career to what really matters, keeping people at their peak performance for life. Why? Because too many people, both men and women, are suffering and not getting any answers from traditional medicine. Fellas, it's time to step up. Help her get her spark back and get yours back too. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's where all the information is. Hormonesandwellness.com, because this isn't about getting old. It's about getting right.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
UCF long snapper Dalton Riggs is going to join us at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Looking forward to that conversation. I heard that an offensive lineman for UCF ate 5 Jersey Mike subs during the 2-hour rain delay on Saturday, and I need to know if that's true or not. So I'm going to ask him about that and other important issues. Like, how do you become a long snapper? How does that even happen? Nobody dreams of being a long snapper when they're playing Pee Wee football, but somehow it comes together for some people.
Plus, he was the long snapper for BYU last year when BYU did the famous 2 snaps on the fake on the fake field goal, snapped it to the holder, who snapped it to the run guy, and they ran for a first down.
The up man.
Yeah, the up man. Yeah.
This segment brought to you by Burn Pest Control. Joe doesn't just treat the problem, he solves it. Keep your home protected from the bugs all year long with Burn Pest Control. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi sent you by for 10% off any initial service. That's burnpest.com. Let's head on over to the talkback line. We do have UCF tickets that we'll give away at the end of this segment, right before we kick you over to the Fox Sports update. But let's hear from Brendan.
What's going on? As your resident Swiftie, I take it upon myself to make sure that you guys saw that Roger Goodell was asked recently if Taylor was going to be performing at the Super Bowl. He said he couldn't comment on it, and then it turned into a maybe. If you know Taylor, you know that girl loves an NDA, and I believe that that's Taylor written all over it. So prepare for Swifties to be taking over the Super Bowl this year.
If she performs at the Super Bowl halftime show, it will break records for everything that has ever been watched in the history of humankind.
No question.
Between the NFL's biggest day, it's the biggest sports day in the country, and the biggest pop star in the world. It will do, I mean, the numbers it will, it's almost something that the NFL shouldn't even do, because they'll never be able to touch it again. You'd have to dig Michael Jackson out of his grave in order to do numbers like that again.
I was thinking about this the other day. This is totally not on that subject, but it is on Taylor Swift. Do you think she makes Travis Kelce sign a prenup?
Yes. Absolutely. She'd be foolish not to.
Right?
Travis Kelce is a wealthy man in this country. She probably makes 20 times more than he does.
Yeah, is she a billionaire?
If she's not,
Yeah,
she's like $1 away from it.
What if Travis Kelce's waiting the long game? He's just going to take all that money in about 2 years.
Wow. That would be
yeah.
That would be his biggest juke move yet. Right there. So you mentioned earlier in the show that I have an announcement. I can't fully announce the announcement, but
okay.
I will partially announce the announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I have been given an opportunity that starts next week to be one of the hosts of one of the biggest and most popular NFL betting podcasts that exists on the internet. It's something that I've consumed this show for the last 7 years. The guys that were on this channel before have helped me make my selections over the years with their knowledge and expertise. And somehow, some way, I have found myself in a position where I am going to be the next voice of this. I can't announce exactly what it is. I hate to play coy, but it's not my business to do that. It's this company's business to do that. I'm not leaving this show. This is going to be something that I do as an ancillary piece to my career, but it is the biggest opportunity that I've had outside of hosting this show in my professional life.
And you deserve it, Kravitz. You deserve it. You have established yourself as a betting expert. You poured yourself into it. You've done the research. You've done the preparation. You have made the connections where you're able to do that. You should be proud of yourself for, again, you'll announce it when it actually happens and they announce it. But man, that's a big deal. This is a huge betting podcast. It's going to give you a lot of exposure. And as a guy who helped you start your career all those years ago in broadcasting, I'm proud of you.
Well, I mean, the guy that helped me start my career.
I'm
So
proud
I
of
probably owe you a tip based on how this is going to go. I appreciate all that. I start working this new side gig on Tuesday, so you'll find out sooner rather than later, but I'll let the company announce that. But I appreciate everybody for all of the support over the years. Charge on. Text that in to 50857. Win a pair of UCF tickets for this weekend's family weekend at Acrisure Stadium. Charge on over to 50857. We're back in just a couple of seconds.
And now, iHeartRadio presents the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida.
If you want to crown them, then crown them. They are who we thought they were.
Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Jacksonville and Tallahassee. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. You can light us up on the Mills Air text line at 50857. We're taking talkbacks as well. We'd love to hear from you today as we get set for the opening game of the NFL season. You can also meet us out at Hourglass Brewing tonight, 8 p.m. for the watch